start stream. Okay, so where we left off last time, we met with our dear new friend Dominic up in Tamerlane up here, and over time you guys made your way down south, heading towards what is known as Sunblight. You stopped off at East Haven to drop off the extra set of dogs, and you moved ever south throughout the countryside to these woods, which ran into a few orcs and an ogre. I think he's a half ogre. Either way, they're all dead now. But during that fight, while trying to tap into his inner power, I guess, I don't know what was going through Neo's mind, but Neo rare-bared out. He just went full Smokey the Bear in a burning forest. And helped demolish all of the orcs. The problem is, once the orcs were dead, he turned on you guys. But through some quick thinking on Dominic's side, you managed to talk him down and he fell unconscious. And that's where we left off. You're in the woods above Sunblight here, with an unconscious Neo on the ground, and a lot of corpses around. In fact, here, I'll put you back on that map so we can see all the corpses. All of the lovely corpses. With Neo unconscious on the floor.
Well, since we have a minute, shall we start digging through pockets?
They are all bare, like, there's not much pockets. You probably find maybe a couple nasty rations. Well, yes, but you don't want anything an orc has up there.
Sounded like judgment.
Like, there's some shoddy weapons. Like, they're not great weapons. Like, orc weapons. There is probably a little bit of gold. Maybe, like, 5 to 10 pieces. Somewhere in there. So if you want to roll, like, a d20, you can get that much gold. One person. And yeah, so you find like 3 gold around them. For the most part, there isn't anything really else. And by the way, I reset you guys' health and stuff because I assume you're doing the best before I kill you.
You mean adventure?
No, kill you. It's fine.
Told you.
But no. You guys are I forget what time of the day it was when you guys were reaching this point, but for the case of this story, and since I can't remember, it is starting to get a bit darker.
Well, we can either drag Neo over to this cave, take a nap, take a nap right where we are.
Both valid arguments. It's probably just
Drag my big ass.
Give it enough time, Nick. They could easily enough. No, the one of them has to be. While you're big, Nick, you're not impossibly big.
I'm just really heavy.
That's fine.
Well, Theo is here too in spirit, if not in voice.
Theo could definitely help.
So between the 3 of you guys could easily drag him over to the cave.
Well, before we drag him into the cave, we should probably investigate the cave a little bit. I'm assuming this is where they were, but...
Yeah, I think as one of you guys gets closer to the cave, you probably smell what the scent of lived in by orcs. So it probably doesn't smell too friendly, but you don't hear anything coming from the cave.
No, I can say housekeeping.
You're unconscious. You can't say anything.
I was just
They are
pointing.
humanoid, correct?
Orcs are, yes.
Okay, so I'm gonna
I
go ahead
I
and
will say they're probably a bit more muscular than you are. So if you did become one,
no,
you.
they're not very smart.
No, I'm just saying your clothes might be a bit tight.
Yeah. Yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and walk into the cave and do that.
So when you get out of sight,
Yeah.
okay. So when you walk in, you do your thing and you start looking around. Roll me a perception.
Terrible. That's twice.
Your
Can I, wait, is it dark in the cave?
it is, but he can see.
Or just in case I could cast light for him to give him like advantage.
No. See what's happening.
Making sure there wasn't. The main point was just making sure there weren't 6 other ones standing in here.
That's fair. Yeah, that's fair.
No. When you go in, well, I think the reason your perception is so low is your eyes start to water from the stench as you get closer. It definitely smells like they didn't go outside to use the restroom and whatnot. And there was a good bunch of them in here. But after a second, you clear your eyes and you don't see any more orcs or ogres just sitting around in here. It looks safe enough.
Okay, well, I'm gonna return myself and return to them. And inform them it smells terribly, but safe enough for them to be safe enough.
Question: do you sleep, Kelly?
I do.
I know.
You never.
I'm hearing more about fantasy creatures, and some of them don't sleep.
It's typically elves and warforged that don't have to sleep.
I ain't hear about the second one, but
Yeah, warforged are robot people.
Have a big list of stuff they don't have to do.
Yeah, technically they don't have to eat, breathe, or sleep or drink. They are robot people.
And even when they are sleeping, they're still fully aware of their surroundings.
They just can't move. Too bad one of you guys aren't warforged. That'd be perfect for here. Just stare at the entrance and just not move.
be a RoboCop.
I mean, that's a good new character idea for next time, Nick.
Anyone gonna take one for the team? Cyborg?
Magic Cyborg. No, so,
How about we go as far in as we need to feel safe, and then do the normal take turns rest that happens.
and
I'd give you input, but you guys knocked my ass out.
you knocked yourself out after he talked you down. It's fine. But you guys, go ahead.
We could do it so we wait for him to wake up here. Like we can give him some water, splash some water on him or something, and then we walk somewhere a wee bit further away.
I was just about to say, there's also this, which
Hello, Koi.
should be able to affect the smell of the cave.
In a 5-foot area.
I mean,
Oh no, 1 cubic foot. Sorry. Wait, no. I forget you can clean 1 cubic foot of area, so you can slowly clean it, Kelly.
It says that it's 10 range. It says.
You could cast it up to 10 feet away.
Measure the 1 cubic foot.
yeah, we're gonna start cleaning the cave. That's what I'm gonna bring them in
So,
far enough that we feel safe.
to catch you up, Koi, We went back and basically I revisited what we did last week. Neo was unconscious on the floor. A rock checked out the cave, made sure nothing's in there. Then you three dragged him in there, and he's slowly making the cave not putrid.
Okay, cool.
I will see if I can find something to help with it.
Well, maybe you just have something. Let me see you. Cause you might have something too. Nah, there's really nothing.
Clothing off of orc.
If you can't help clean magically, don't help clean. Don't play.
That's fair.
Cause then he has to clean you next.
That Rock directly says all this to Dominic. Like, if you can't magically clean, don't clean. But I'll just have to clean you next. Like, it's way easier for me to do it than it is. It's not like laborious.
Yeah, a foot every 6 seconds. But over time, you get the cave livable.
You say that out loud to like everybody.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna stare at you and walk up to a hole in the wall and mend it. I can't clean it, but I can mend it.
Did Discord fuck up all my settings?
I just didn't want the twins over there to get shit cake.
No, I understand what you're saying. I'm just making eye contact. Listen, I can do this.
I could help.
But you guys,
I can give you guidance on making you clean more efficiently.
but you guys end up settling in for an actual long rest. And I've given you guys, or I should have. You guys can double check if I missed anything. I've already given you your long rest with the recouping everything. So everything should be full up and whatnot. I might have missed one thing, but just assume you have a long rest and that you can have all that stuff. Because
I'm going to dip some spells and good berries then.
Go ahead.
We're going to long up and give everybody 10 good berries.
But what happens is at some point in the night, for some unknown reason, at the same exact time, you guys all slip into a dream together. You guys all wake up in what looks to be a prison cell of sorts.
Not again.
Not in the cell itself, but what looks to be a guard area. And you guys will have to tell me if you can see everything clearly and whatnot.
The only thing I don't see is Neo.
Don't worry, Neo sees what he needs to.
Okay.
I see what I feel like I need too.
So, what happens is you wake up in what seems to be a dungeon of some sort. Though some things are weird. You guys constantly feel like the ground is shifting as if on a ship. Like that slight sway of a ship. Even though it's solid ground, it looks like you're in a building of some sort. Made out of stone, it's constantly shifting like a boat. In the air, there's a scent of ocean water. Like that's salt water from a fresh spray. And every once in a while, there's a puddle of water on the ground as it splashed onto the ground from the size of a boat you guys don't know.
How's the lighting in here?
What you can see, I have set up torches in certain areas, so what you can see is lit. I believe all of you guys are set up on the dynamic lighting that I was in your game. Yeah, Nocturnal. Where if you're in the dark, it should like gray shade it for you guys.
Okay.
But what you do hear is down the hall here, you hear something hitting a door of some sort down here. Sitting on the desk, on top of the desk, is a key.
And we'll pick it up. And take my rifle through the rest of the desk.
There doesn't seem to be much, and the papers, like any paper you look at, seem to be just written in a language that is either gibberish or a language you don't know.
The bookshelf, right? Like that's next to me, right?
Yeah, but all the books are real. Like all the books seem to be empty. Like there's titles on the bindings, but they seem to not have much on the actual. They don't have like stuff on pages.
Yeah, okay. So it's like it's almost like it's like the outside of the book. Stuff.
Exactly.
It's like IKEA.
I am super proud.
One that I can barely see.
Yep.
I just want to make sure.
I am super proud of this map, by the way, because this is the map I made by talking to you, Tom.
Oh, it's pretty cool. I like it already. I'm gonna cast light, just so on like a book, and I'll hold up the book. This is like a torch.
Like, let's see if this crashes you.
Everything went silent.
I made it so you emit light now.
Let's see if this crashes. Alright, okay. It's like let's see if this crashes you, and then everything is silent. I'm like, ah.
No, I made you emit light, and the dynamic lights have been known to cause issues sometimes. So you should now actually give off light.
Yeah, cool. I'm seeing when I move. The map kind of moves. Am I fine to just move, William?
Yeah, you guys are fine to explore the room. Yes, there is a door here.
Dominic, are you not able to see in the dark naturally?
You do have dark vision.
I do not. I can't see naturally in the dark.
No, you should.
Oh,
Yeah, you have dark
I
vision.
I can see it. Does everyone here have dark vision?
Yes.
No.
And I know you
What?
weren't part of our group for very long, but I can actually give dark vision to others, and I actually excel in being in the dark, which I don't think you've had the experience yet. So, but the three of us currently here should have dark vision.
Wow, I'm gonna like cureness of like, oh, apologies, and I'll diminish the light of the book.
Yeah, if you cast the spell again, you turn it off. Is basically how it works.
Rock's gonna walk over to him and tell him that when it gets dark, you can't see him anyways. Because if you rely on dark vision, you can't see Theo.
Well, you can. It's light. Like basically.
That's what I meant. Is if it's dark enough that you can't see, and you rely on dark vision to see, you can't see him.
Yeah, he's elaborating what I
Yeah.
mean.
Okay.
Dark.
Just make.
That's what a rock walks over and goes, you can't see him when it gets dark anyways.
You guys hear more rattling of a cell door down this way.
I would like to get my bow out and have an arrow knocked. I'm gonna just walk with it in my hand, stealthing, just because I don't know what happened. So I'm stealth here.
Dominic will kind of wait for like permission to walk forward, and then just kind of look at him like, am I allowed to go check it out? Or, like,
Okay.
I'm gonna get closer to you before you go down the hallway and go down with you.
You're very stealth.
Yeah, do you guys want me to take point? So right now without Neo, I think I'm the one that can take the most damage. If someone jumps out.
Nick, get the fuck in there.
But yes.
I will take permissions away.
I didn't know if I was allowed to look at stuff too.
Nope. Not yet.
That's the door.
I mean, we can all move through as we
Yeah.
want.
Um.
I don't want you guys to get hurt.
So.
Well, I know, that's what I was saying. Is it's cool to take point and we'll just
what do we
stay.
see in these cells?
So in these cells, you see very much what you see actual in there, like pristine looking beds, like unslept in. I just use different images for each bed to make them look interesting. And a hole in the corner that looks like it's meant to be used as a privy, as a bathroom. And these like all the cells and the doors all look pristine as if unused. And as you move down, you see the rattling, the thing that caused the rattling. You see your companion, Neo. But not the Neo you guys actually know. Nick, I would like to know, what does Neo think of himself? Like, how does Neo look at himself and see himself?
I think he thinks of himself as a little bit of a monster because of what he did in his past.
So I think what you guys see is the normal Neo, but he's a bit like bulkier. Maybe a bit more, instead of Goliath, maybe a bit of like orcish in there. Like a little bit of, not super tusks, but like little tusks poking out from the lip. Definitely a more monstrous version of Neo.
Clearly tell it is.
Yeah, it looks like Neo's dressed like Neo, but it's just a bit more monstrous. Like little tusks, maybe the like brow is a bit heavier, kind of thing, a little bit like bulkier.
I'm gonna look back at Rock and I'm gonna look at Neo and I'm gonna like, why does everybody have some sort of different? Everybody.
Everybody's.
Am I gonna start growing wings or something?
I mean, maybe.
What's going on?
The only other difference about Neo is around his neck you see a necklace that looks to have like a totem of a black shark on it.
I would while he's I'll detect magic it as a ritual though, just to see if I can tell it's yeah. I'm gonna ritually cast detect magic.
Okay, so anybody else have anything they would like to do in the next 10 minutes?
I'm pretty
Ask
sure
Neo
I
how he's
can
doing,
actually
but-
cast detect magic with like just for free, like it's a part of my thing. So
Oh, okay. I just didn't want to burn a spell slot, so I was just gonna ritually cast
Yeah,
it. You want to go by all means?
Yeah, no, don't you have yeah, you have the Eldritch Sight.
Yeah, I can just cast it. Well, I'll detect some magic then. I'll do detect magic.
Okay, so when you cast Detect Magic, there's a slight like residue of Detect Magic on it, but it's not like it's not intense. Like it doesn't look like the item itself is magical, but it is part of something that's magical. Like almost like a friend of a friend type of magic.
Like right, so it's like a part of something that's magic, but it isn't what's activating the magic.
Yeah, exactly.
Cool. Okay. I'll say this to the group. I'll explain that it's like there's some magic going on here, but there's something more to it. It's more just a tool. And I'll kind of look around in confusion, no idea what to do next.
Well, we need to get him out of there. I don't have any tools. Type of like thieves tools to break him out.
Will he attack us if we let him?
You don't know because
I was trying to ask how he was feeling today to see how he responded to it.
That's fair.
oh, so you asked in the dream like how he was?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, I didn't hear that. Nick, he asked you yourself. You're not like insane anger like you were in battle. You feel more like yourself, but you feel like you think yourself. Oh, like whatever your mental image of yourself, you feel more like that. Like you're not attack your friends, brah, but you're not exactly your normal.
Like trying to hide.
Oh, so almost timid.
Mainly what I wanted.
Like nothing said, just running away when he heard someone talk.
I honestly forgot what happened last week.
Oh, okay, so you guys went to an area.
I remember it now.
Yeah, with the orcs and him actually going rare bail and turning on you guys, falling unconscious.
Now I remember it. I was wondering, like, I don't even forget what's going on. That makes sense now.
Look, don't worry about it. Everyone turns into a bear from time to time and attacks people.
You have another form that I need.
No, there's nothing. Oh,
Are you feeling okay?
just have fully surprises, and I don't know what's what.
Hey, that's the spice of life. Everybody having a surprise.
One
That's-
thing you can trust is that we all got your back.
Right. Hey, we all have secrets, and we're all a team here.
Oh yeah, no, I totally agree
I
in
stare
that.
at you harder when I say we all have secrets.
Ah.
Anyways,
Am I able to break the door, Mike?
I have a key.
The what?
I don't know the door, but I have a key in my hand.
You could if you wanted.
I mean, you can still technically break down the wall.
Both of you guys have valid questions, and you guys have to decide who's gonna try what first.
Nick can go first. He's in the cage, farther away from the door.
If you break it, I'll just mend it back to normal.
Is it a strength roll to break the door?
It would be an athletics. So you run up to the door.
Fine athletics.
It's the A on the skills.
I think it's no. That's Arcana.
AT.
It's the. Oh, it's just like this.
So you go to try to muscle it, and the door is just solid in place. Like you can't get a good enough grip when you move up to the door to try to maneuver it. That it's stuck in place.
That's it, Werebear.
Yeah, you can't.
I know. I was trying to make a joke.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try to unlock the door.
The key slips right in, and it just swings right open.
Doors are not our enemies.
Yeah, no, it's not like it's a.
Not that door.
It's not a mimic just sitting there waiting for you to touch it.
I don't know what you're talking about.
So many fucking mimics.
I actually don't know what he's talking about.
No, in another game with Corey as the DM. There's so many fucking mimics.
Hitting stuff.
I don't have any mimics planned for this. I say, whether you trust me or not.
They can't good mimics that thing.
Uh, so you let Neo out. Neo, you see all your friends and even your newly acquainted friend Dominic. You don't know where you are. Last time you knew, you were in a battle with some orcs. You blacked out, and now you're here.
Walking around like nothing happened.
Yeah.
Not saying nothing.
Yeah, everybody else is a little unsteady on their feet because they're swaying. It's natural to you. You're used to it.
Really understand the mood, and I'll just say like, so how long have you been a bear for, huh?
What are you talking about?
For like
Like straight face. That's how he said. What are you talking about?
how long have you been a bear?
Don't know what you're talking about.
Oh right, a bear is this four-legged animal, and Dominic will go explaining what a bear is.
I know what a bear is, but I don't know what you're talking about being a bear.
Wait, so you're not a bear?
No, I'm not a bear.
Dominic just will assume he saw something wrong and will just like internalize and get confused himself and assume that he's misunderstood something because he's new to the group. He's assuming everyone else knows what's going on.
Then I walk up to a rock and ask what Dominic's talking about.
You wear a bear.
Dominic will laugh. Good one.
I will see myself out.
I don't remember what you guys are talking about.
We've seen him get mad before. You figure he would have done this over his dead crewmates.
And then start probing.
Yes.
What it looks like in his face.
Is that stool over there?
Yes, it is.
Reasonably quiet too, Theo. Like I don't want to just bring up dead crewmates back to Neo, but you know what I'm talking about. Like when he walks away, I want to act confused and go, "We've seen him get mad before." Like dead crewmates definitely should have said that all.
Walking away like I wouldn't have heard it. I
No, you probably didn't hear that. He was talking only to Theo. He specifically rated and whispered after you walked away.
I actually physically walked away from the computer. So
Oh,
did he whisper?
go ahead,
I whispered to you that we've seen Theo get mad before.
Neo.
Figured, we've seen Neo get mad before, and I figured a bunch of his dead crewmates might have set this off prior.
About the rare bear and whatnot, and Neo not remembering about being the rare bear.
However, we know that he got bit by that werebear.
Yeah.
So this could be. With the whisper. Can I whisper back?
Yeah,
Or-
it's a whisper.
I'm literally just standing next to you.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought you were using the spell whisper.
No, he's not using message. And you can reply to message too, I believe.
So we know that he was bit by a werebear. Very
Yeah.
well.
I guess it's taking effect.
Do I need to roll anything to dig for anything interesting to this what looks like a bookshelf?
You pick up a book and all the pages are blank. Except for maybe one or two like kids books that you remember, and they're filled out entirely.
And I turn around and yell over to Rock and Theo, "Look at this. This is weird to you guys too." As I throw a book at them.
The only books that are filled out are books that Neo remembers reading in his past.
Does he say that?
That's up to Neo.
I do not. I just throw a book at you.
Like, so-
Hey, this is weird, and throw a book at you.
Some of these are filled and some of these are not.
Yeah, but what's weird about having some of these books? I don't understand. What's weird about it?
You see the blank pages too, right? Except for these children's books. Do they see the pages?
Yeah, no, If you see pages, they do too.
Alright.
Would any of us else recognize them?
They're typically they're typical like children book, like beginner level books that are used to teach people reading and writing. So maybe you can assume they're meant for children just by the contents.
So it's fair to say that all of us might at least assume or notice a name or two on the bookshelf.
Possibly. I mean, books are a lot more rare in this setting, but than in real life, so you probably wouldn't have read all of them, but you might have like seen them in a bookstore every once in a while.
If there was a book that a Rock had read when he was a child, he might have went and picked it up.
Yeah.
Like just blank and like I remember reading it.
Some of them you might have seen like a name or two that you recognize that are of like more rare books, and you open them, they're blank. But then there's some that you remember as well that aren't blank. It seems like the more rare ones or ones that are harder to come by that you've read aren't filled, and ones that would be easy to obtain are.
One of the books I pick up, I want to ask anybody else if they recognize like these books.
Of which ones? A blank book or filled?
I guess one of each. I'd have a child one and like one that I would have seen on a bookshelf somewhere.
So for anybody looking at them, it's up to you if you recognize the books at all. But Neo, you for sure have seen the one that has words in it.
So I've seen the one. I've seen the child's book before, but I've never seen the one other one.
I've never actually seen any of these books, to be honest. Not my type of reading.
And then he starts walking over with his favorite child's book towards him, and sits on the desk and starts reading it.
Should we?
Carry on.
We're not really doing much here. Should we move on and see why we're here?
Yep. Let's try to get
Sure.
through that door.
You swing the door open.
I want to hear the rest. I'll start reading
But you swing the door open to the hallway.
And then we start walking this way while still reading the book.
Oh god, that's gonna be dangerous for you, Neo.
Whoa.
What? What?
I triple clicked my token and it brought up renaming.
Wait, that's a thing? That's interesting. And then when you get to the end of the hallway, this next door swings right open too.
I'm gonna stick my head.
So, when you enter this room, you see a sparsely decorated room, a couple statues, another bookshelf of random assorted books, some sort of stone circle on the ground, and another door.
I'm gonna turn around and say, "Don't touch it," down the hallway.
Question: do I
Yes?
recognize any of this stuff?
No, you don't. You probably recognize bits and pieces, like maybe you've seen those statues, not at this place, but somewhere else. And
I just wanted to make sure this wasn't something that I fully recognized.
yeah, no, this isn't like a place when you're past.
Alright, just want to make sure. I was kind of, is Theo gonna move up too or no?
Coy? He might have stepped away again. Just go up, proceed.
Great.
Uh,
Find me in the room.
Yeah, up there he is. Just assume if he's not moving that he is either moving, or if he's not talking, maybe he's eating or something.
Alright, yeah, I was just asking, trying not to be a
I'm
dick.
just stand back here.
Yeah.
And you guys can use detect magic on the thing.
Okay,
Oh,
thank you.
in Neo recaps, do not touch shit.
Well, I'm glad someone is learning, listening at least.
At least it ain't shiny.
We detect magic,
Dominic
and we
will go like
possibly identify.
I can go cast detect magic.
Your detect magic is probably still active because it does last for a little bit. And when you walk up to the circle, you see conjuration magic about it.
There's some conjuration magic here. So, can I roll an Arcana to see if I can?
Go ahead. Go ahead. Yeah, you do have Arcana, so go ahead. So what he's doing, I have the rule, Tom, where to aid somebody, you have to be proficient in that skill, which he is. So he gave you advantage on that. So go ahead and roll a second time. 11.
I wouldn't have been able to give you advantage.
Yeah, because why would a barbarian know?
The advantage. Disadvantage, I would
So
say.
weapon 11, it's pretty clear. You probably used these in the past. This seems to be some kind of teleportation circle.
I'll say, it's a teleportation circle, as if it's like a common thing.
Is it giving off the same vibe as his necklace?
It's no, the necklace magic isn't the same brand of magic.
Would I have known about the necklace?
You probably haven't even noticed it. It's just dangling on your chest.
That's how I was going to play it, but I wanted to make sure it wasn't there before.
Has anybody else noticed another?
It might be blacked out by the wall, but there is a door here.
Are the books the same on this bookshelf as the other?
There's probably a bunch of repeat ones too. You go to open the door, and when you do, there's just bricks behind it.
Okay.
Any recommendations?
There's a bunch of the same books as I'm throwing them over my shoulder. Like,
I'll pick up a few and then just like.
You legitimately see on the bookshelf several of the same books as the last bookshelf.
I'm like, this is fucking weird.
You stepped on the circle?
Yeah.
Okay. So, let me just... And a
I knew it was
whoosh!
when I seen it start darting back down.
And a whoosh, Wait, let me. I do need to do one thing, Kelly. So.
I need to do. I need to do one thing too. I'm gonna go ahead and. Whoop.
But as they were messing with stuff, since my character wasn't moving, I was wanting to be ready just in case something was.
Yeah. No, you're fine.
That's why I was just chilling here.
DL, remember that line you were like, maybe don't touch stuff?
Yeah, no, I'm used to no one listening to me. Go
Oh,
ahead and
okay,
touch
yeah.
away.
One of them just went on that circle and they disappeared.
And I turn around real slowly. I was reading books.
Just.
And turn back around looking at the statue reading a book.
This is just an opposite thing going on here right now, isn't it?
Turn around again real slowly. I learned from
Forgot one thing.
We got the barbarian reading books.
So give me 1 second before I describe that. No, I don't think so because I don't know if you know what reading glasses are used for.
Damn, I thought that would be cool.
Is there something you guys would like to? Actually, I'll let you guys explore that room for a second. I'm going up here with Kelly. Okay, so Rock, you appear in this circle and you're probably right here. This room has the same sway and the same like sea salt like breeze type smell. You see, it looks like a sitting room of sorts. Like there's seats around a table. There's a roaring fire. More bookshelves. You see a desk over there with some figures on it, and you see 2 doors.
That's what I'm gonna go off track through stuff.
Question: are these statues up in this corner? Up in this room?
What, these?
Yeah.
Yeah, those statues. For you of Rock, you notice that there's other totems on this table. That 4th one you don't actually see there. It's part of the map. So you see there's a little indent for one there, but you see different totems of different colors on the table, and they're all like transfixed in a certain like position and whatnot.
Theo's going mad.
You didn't ritually detect magic?
No, I said I'm going.
Oh, wait. Okay. Well, talking of which, flashback over here. What are you guys doing? Your sorcerer stepped.
Went mad.
Yeah, your sorcerer stepped right here and just whoosh, gone.
Question:
For the record, I do have it, so I will start ritual casting.
Okay.
I didn't realize I had it.
I take it out and I'm poking at these statues
They're just statues.
because I can do magic. Well, I don't know that.
Yeah, no, I'm just telling you, like,
Poking at shit.
you.
Kind of like hover his foot over and then kind of like, do I dip my toe in? Do I do it and kind of look over? Is this line? Can I?
I take a
Almost like a-
book off the bookshelf and I throw it on the pad to see if it disappears.
Nothing happens.
I go
Then
to
I-
pick the book and step on the circle to go pick up the book.
Okay, and as you step on a circle, boom, let me just, because I am trying to do everything.
How do I make a token pace around? Like, if I want to show them something.
Every time you right click, it drops a point.
Yeah, but if I
You don't see it. You don't see it. We see it.
Yeah, I saw it
see it
before.
moving
Yeah,
Yeah.
you were sprinting back and forth.
Yeah, we see you moving. So,
That's why I was saying you.
Yep.
You're moving.
so Dominic, after a flash of light, you're. Yeah, you have the book. One of the random blank books. But you're in the room. You see a rock over in the side. Actually, because of rocks, this room's brightly lit, so it's hard to be hidden from you and you're his allies. You see a rock over in, like the shadows of the desk and wall here.
I can roll for perception if he wants to try and hide from me. I'm fine with that.
Oh no, I would acknowledge you.
Oh, okay.
By the way,
I would tell you to come over here.
I am to use Arcadum's stealth rules, Tom, where if allies see you stealth, they know where you are at all points. That's a heads up to everybody. Like if your allies see you stealth, they know where you are. It's like Navy SEALs, like you could see them moving, but the enemies don't.
I also motion like the hand down to do it, like you did, calmly and quietly and whatnot. Because I really haven't. When you get up there, I tell you, I really haven't looked anywhere else. I just saw these and didn't want to touch them. I mean, so I stopped ritually casting and I go,
Yeah.
do you want detect magic to?
I'll do it detect magic.
Uh, You see the totems on the table glow with that same faint, like, secondhand magic that the other totem did around his neck.
These have the same magic that's around his neck.
Okay, so once they get here, I don't recommend doing it first. You could look down the hallway, but
Yeah, just so you know, I think he might be mad.
I mean, the other door was a brick.
Oh, okay, so surely he can't be too mad.
Flashing over to the person, surely he can't be too mad. Theo or Neo?
I call over. I
think
call over to Theo and I go, "Hey, what do you think this is?" With putting myself like right beside him, and then I grab a hold of Theo's arm and I step on the pad.
Well, Theo, are you gonna resist?
I say it again, sorry.
He's grabbing you and jumping on the circle. Are you going to resist?
If he goes to grab me, I'm gonna turn and just stare at him. If we die, the last thing you'll see is the disappointment in my face.
And I yell, "Yeehaw!" as we jump on as I jump on the pad, like cannonball style.
Okay, I'm going to slowly drag you guys because I'm not gonna freak out my screen. So you guys do see a lot of emptiness as you guys appeal. Boom. You guys see Neo and Theo appeal. Theo looking like a disappointed father at Neo. Neo's hand around Theo's arm.
I'm less concerned about stuff.
And then I walk away. Like,
You guys see the room as I described it. Looks like a sitting room. It still has the soft sway of a ship. It still has the smell of sea ale.
I'm gonna tell Neo not to touch stuff.
as he's getting ready to
Not
hop
yet.
over the back of the chair to sit in it. Like as he's looking at it to do it, Rock's like, "Don't do that."
No, don't touch the totems. You can sit in the chair.
Yeah, no, Dominic's already sitting in one.
I'm just saying, smiling, just trying to not get shouted at.
The door was bricks. Just saying. How many rations you got?
Is the fire on?
Yeah, no, it's a roaring fire.
Alright. And then I notice bookshelf in the corner. And I
So
walk.
it's yeah, and once again, most of the books are repeats from ones you've always seen on the other two bookshelves.
And I relay that this place might be a trap. Then sit back down in the chair.
Well, we have two doors for the thing that clearly wants your totem.
Did we die?
No. Like I said,
Still
the other
just
door
one
were
comment.
bricks. The other door was bricks. How many rations do you have?
How many rations do I have?
Yeah.
All of them.
How long
I've
could
got
he live
some,
in that
actually.
room?
To be fair, he could have lived there forever with all of you guys, just casting good berries once a day.
Right.
I have 9 rations.
I don't want to live in the room.
Ten.
I'd rather
So we already got a donation for something to eat if we run out of rations.
Yeah. Exactly. I bet the rock tastes like gooey chicken.
eat the good berries first.
I have something we can use as food if we run out of rations.
Second donation.
Oh no, it's not me. I've got
He has two of them.
Ye-
got emergency food.
You feel the thoughts of angry, like you feel angry thoughts towards you, Dominic, when you say that.
And it's like raw rebellion.
But yes, you guys are in this room. That all you really see, other than the bookshelf and chairs, is two doors and the totems on the table.
Which door do we want to
Did he say that thing about the totem or?
So
Totem?
he said, "Don't touch the totems." To you,
Oh, I wanted to make sure he didn't say nothing about my necklace.
I don't even think you've noticed it yet.
No, I do not know anything about that. That's why I was asking the question.
Well, I figured don't touch incorporated putting something that you have on them.
Well, I don't know. I have them. I was just making
I
sure you
understand.
didn't mention.
He's future proofing.
When you do figure that out, you already know. Don't touch those.
So you got.
Put my ear up against the door and knock on it.
You hear a slight. You heard a slight sound as if there's open space behind the door. But when you mess with the door does not budge.
Is it a strength roll to try to kick the door down?
Try the door over here.
The same applies for that door, Theo. Like, and I would have you roll, Nick, but it's to no point. No matter what you do, the door is solidly held in place.
What cantrips does everybody have?
None.
Fist.
I have
Fire.
Pass Light, Eldritch Blast, Toll the Dead, Uncanny Avoidance.
Firebolt, Molder, Thunderclap, Prestidigitation, Mending, Message, Nimbleness, Quicken, and Animated Scroll.
You have a whole bunch, Kelly.
I do.
Sorcerers, the cantrip pocket, like.
Well, Sorcerer.
Oh.
Is this a desk?
Yes, it is. Little totems on there.
Don't touch.
Did anybody check the drawers?
Don't. You know touchy. One of us will check.
There seems to be no drawers on this desk.
Okay. Well, then no
I'm
touchy.
just gonna go over well, I'll whisper into his ear you could touch it if you want to.
And I touch it.
I'm gonna throw the book that I'm still holding at him.
I stand back on the corner.
Nothing happens. But no, he throws the book and Neo touches a totem and nothing happens.
Okay, I'm going to walk up to Neo and try to snatch the thing off of his neck.
It
I'm not doing it angrily. I'm
it
just gonna
pops
walk up
right
and
off.
pull it
I'll
Okay,
walk
thank
with-
you. Yeah.
backwards like, whoa, can't believe he touched the totem. Like, whoa.
Yeah, no, it pops right off. Like it's almost like it would like specifically a breakaway like pop off thing.
I
Oh,
figured.
my
so.
thing?
Yeah, he popped it right off.
Now I'm chasing him down with my thing back.
You didn't know you had it.
It's my thing. It was with me.
You don't even know. What did I even take? I didn't take anything.
It's my thing.
Roll perception, Nick.
Auto hand check it.
Yeah,
Plus his stealth of 24.
yeah.
Sleight of hand check or perception?
You want perception. I need Rock to have sleight of hand.
Of course.
Don't worry. Perception is terrible. Don't worry. Now I need you see him whip a totem like the ones on the desk, but you don't know where it came from. You never noticed that it was on your chest, and you don't know it's missing.
I'm gonna walk away.
Am I still holding the one from the desk?
You didn't pick it up. You just touched it.
Oh. Well, I'm gonna walk back over and grab it.
You go to pick it up, and it doesn't move.
I'm stashing
moved
this
the
one
desk.
for the record.
Okay.
Can I move the desk?
Nope. It's solid in place.
Well, now I'm walking over to get him and want to put the other one with the other one.
He stashed it. You don't know what it is.
Well, I'm gonna drag him over there
You
and tell him my
Let's check
plan.
the other doors first. You're just now catching up to what we already know, but since you weren't listening to me,
Well, that door. Oh shit. That door
Before-
doesn't open.
well, there's another door. And instead of using your strength to aggress me, use your strength to aggress the door.
Theo, did the door budge at all?
Nope.
Did you try kicking it?
Nope.
Can I try kicking it?
go ahead.
By all means.
By all means.
Is that a strength roll?
You go to kick it, and it's like kicking a brick wall. You stub your toe.
Oh,
Go ahead.
See if it's, do I have to?
Nope, you don't have to roll. What it is, and you're the only one that knows this. It seems to be again similar magic as to the totems.
Okay.
Okay. So, I mean, I guess that is our option.
I'll go over to Iraq and then just be like, you know, since there's all the special things with the totem, don't you think maybe that'll have something to do with the door? I'm
Yeah.
just saying.
I just wanted to make sure that that was our option and that we weren't setting off a blatant trap that going the other way could have solved.
I mean, we don't know if something's still in the trap until you spring the trap. 'Cause the only way to know for sure is to go into it, right?
I like to account for my options before I do stuff.
Dominic will feel like he's done his part by saying it could be the thing, even though
I want to toss Dominic the totem because he's walking back over that way.
he'll catch.
And then Neo yells across the room, "Don't you have a key?"
Not for these doors.
Did you try them?
There's no keyholes on these doors that you've noticed yet.
Before I try the door, I'm actually gonna walk over and compare the similarities between the totems to see if
Okay.
there's anything more than just magic.
So, when actually looking at the totems, you notice the ones on the desk, they all are of different animals and there are several colors. There is. Okay. There is. The first one is a black elk totem. Then there's a black bear totem. There is a white wolf totem. The empty spot for the one in your hand, and then the last one's a white dragon.
I'll put the totem down in the empty spot.
It sinks into place, and it's now solidly there. And that's when I spawn this. Give it a second. It's thinking.
And I'm thinking,
No,
well,
That's a joke. I didn't spawn that.
I'll think into my head, it's like, can someone turn into a dragon?
No, we just lost it. No, as you put that into place, you guys hear a chink from the doors.
And I walk over to the door I tried to open.
You open it up, and there's a hallway after it.
So can I step through it?
Follow them.
Yeah, you can step through it if you want.
I step through it.
Okay. The door shuts automatically behind you. It's not like it doesn't open back up. It shuts behind you.
Well, I just kept walking when
Yeah.
I did it. Like,
I'm
I
gonna
ain't
try to
know if
catch the
anybody
door
was
before it slams shut in my face.
Okay. Is everybody going in?
I'm waiting for here
Nick, hold on.
for a wee quick second.
I'll go in.
Oh. I said I kept walking.
Yeah, I know. That's why I pulled you back. Don't worry. Because this is a long hallway, Nick. This is like 30 feet. Like, would you really go that far with nobody following you, Nick?
Yes, everybody but Dominic was being mean.
I will go up to one of these chairs and bust one of the legs off and use it as the jam so the door doesn't shut behind us.
Okay.
I'll say to him, like, going through it, I'm wanting to check on, like, stuff, and then I'll run through quickly. So
Oh, you're
like,
fine. I just
He stopped at it. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
I just put a stopper in it so it wouldn't lock us out, so we could always come back here if we need to.
Cool.
But I'll wait for you here.
Okay. Dominic's gonna have like one more look at the totems and like see the totem that I put in. Does it resemble what I saw on the person? Like, does Dominic need to have any fear of seeing anything to do with the other totems?
What do you mean?
Like, I want to roll to see if there's a similarity between what I saw. Because of course Nick turned into
Oh, no, these look just like tribal totems. They don't look...
Okay.
They don't look like any significant, like, oh, all your allies are going to kill you because they're turning into creatures now.
Okay. That he's gonna have like
You
a.
wake up surrounded around random animals that are trying to murder you.
Yeah.
Now I get to fuck with him by getting naked and turning into a dragon boy.
Dominic's gonna ask you like, yo, do you have anything against bad things?
Can you be more specific?
Okay.
The dragon that is causing this Winterland? Yes, I have something against that
That's
dragon.
okay.
There's actually no... The dragon isn't causing this. A goddess is. You guys assume.
The goddess is causing this. Yeah, that's what guy. Can you please narrow it down?
I
Not as
like
much.
to use my ability to do good. That doesn't inherently mean that it is good. Like a sword kills, but doesn't that doesn't mean the sword itself is bad, right?
As long as your motives to me are for the right cause, then other action is mute.
Okay.
As long as
Trust nothing this person says. I'll summon my familiar.
You now see on his shoulder a tiny little imp.
What's an imp?
Well, you guys are down the hall. You don't see this.
Yeah, but I'm still curious. You're saying imps and stuff. I want to know what it looks like.
well, that
That is dope.
That's the character art he asked
For
for.
the record, watch Hello Boss or
Oh yeah.
Hotel.
Jins. One. Hold on. Okay, with the 21 history, I'm assuming I've seen an imp before.
Yeah.
Okay, so I would know what the imp is.
Yeah.
So I've seen you've done spells before, and I'm assuming the imp is most likely something you have a deal with. Is that where you're getting your power from? Is some sort of deal? Like I am a cleric, so I commune with a deity. The same aspect.
I love the idea that a warlock is just a failed cleric.
Everything I do is from the art of the deal. I am also someone who understands the power others have. So don't
may I-
trust.
Uh,
Oh, sorry, I was gonna let you finish. My apologies.
That's fine.
Who is your? I don't think they would be too familiar with warlocks. So who is your deity? He's familiar with being a cleric. He's just not really walked the path of a warlock. So who is it that gives you your power? Like if you don't want to tell me, you don't have to. But like for my cleric, I worship Saluna.
Oh, that's it's hard to I'll
Are our deities going to fight each other? Must fight each other?
right now I have zero intention of fighting you. I truly believe right now my deity and yours have a similar goal. Whether it changes though is my fear, so
Okay, well, you know what? That's a problem for future time. Future Theo.
I love this. Why you two having this conversation? What are you guys doing in this tunnel? Alright.
Still walking down the hallway.
Okay.
I'm trying to keep a space or two in between me
Okay.
and Rock, 'cause I
So-
know he's following me.
Yeah, no problem. So flash it back to you two.
this is Ari. Ari, say hi.
You hear a grating language that you could only assume is its native tongue. Because it speaks Infernal.
Because I know common, giant, primordial, draconic, and silver.
Yeah, no, it's Infernal.
Well, as I do not understand you, I will still introduce myself to you. You said it was Airy, right? Is that the name that you introduced
I'm speaking to you, Dominic, as Airy and Whisper, so you can kind of do the half conversation thing.
Oh, come on, Ari. Don't be like that. It's good to introduce yourself. Now, let's all get along.
You hear like slight like growl and hiss at you.
I'll stick with animals. No offense. To each their own, but
Oh no, don't get me wrong.
much
I
more
think-
comfortable with animals.
I think I would much prefer Ari if they were a bit more English.
As she
that
smacks
you
him in
and
the side of the head, please,
Uh.
please, please.
That's
That'd
you
be
and I have
hilarious.
a plan.
Let's go check in the room. I've a
I've-
worry they've touched stuff.
Yeah, well, that is a high probability. I'm going to let you go first, and I'll place the stopper in there so the door is just slightly ajar, so we can still open it if we need to.
No problem.
Let Dominic and Ari proceed.
You should have full control over Airy, so if you drag it on top of you, and then I put it over there on you. So if you like drag over, you should be able to grab both and carry both.
You want me to take point? Well, we know that bunch of friends should be.
So as you start catching up, just to see, hold on. You guys get to a door, and you guys can go through the door if you want. There's another door there.
You talking to me?
Yes, you and a rock.
Yeah, I'm gonna look at Neo and shrug.
Well, if I pull forward, I see nothing.
No, I know. I'm gonna solve that. I'm just while you guys are here. Do you want to go through? Okay.
I still walk through the door.
Okay.
Dominic, you don't use a spell book, do you?
I'm dragging you guys over. Don't worry. There.
I was like, whoa.
There. You guys are over here. As you guys get up here,
I have no use for it.
you see another door, and this one is shut.
Is it
How light do you? I need to see in your your light. As you get to it, you see that and this is something that you two will see too. This door here is painted white. And it does open very clearly. Do you walk through?
Yeah, walk through.
Okay. So,
I guess. Yep.
okay. So, hold on. I'm going to drag you guys now
Oh, okay, that's right.
to over here. Boom. Okay.
So that was big room.
Yeah, no, exactly. It's your death. Okay. So, as you are slowly walking that way, you guys walk up to here. And you open up the door. And you are here. This door is folded shut. Chairs are folded back to normal. All the totems are there.
Including the one they put.
Yep.
They put there.
I'm going to
Go ahead.
Over here.
I'm going to use my calligraphy set and just do a mark on the wall to kind of keep track of where we're going to go.
Okay.
Although, I went out to explore, I guess I didn't really need that.
Yep. So
As we're exploring, I'd like to get to know Dominic more. So tell me about yourself, Dominic.
I'm actually, although I have a contact with bad deal, I'm actually ASMR, so my relatives prefer Holy Land stuff.
I don't think
Okay.
I've encountered many ASMRs.
That's fair. There's not many of us left at this point.
ah,
I can't
Tell
say
me
the
about-
same for me. We're popping around all over the place.
Humans, they're a plague on Earth. Am I right?
Off like hot.
Just like rabbits. Fucking hell.
Yep.
And as you guys come to this point, you guys,
I start touching shit on the desk, by the way.
you could touch stuff, nothing happens. As you guys see another door here. This door is once again painted white. And
Are we fine to go through?
you're perfectly fine to go through.
Cool. I'll proceed as well. So
And as everybody else found, you guys are back in the starting room. The chairs are in perfect repair. The door is shut.
And then I try to open the door again.
It opens right up.
Don't move. Can I open this door back up?
When you open it up, there is bricks behind it.
I close my door and then tell you to open yours again.
Same thing.
So, can we change the orientations of the palace map here?
No, they are all like stuck to the table.
Right, but can I twist it? Can I do anything?
No, it seems like once placed like in a certain position is like locked in position.
Can I push it down?
Nothing happens. Like it doesn't sink down or anything like that.
I look at a rock and I'll say, I wonder what happens if we step on the pad again.
I was just wondering that myself.
Theo already joked did that and nothing happened.
Yeah, but this is a different room now.
Go ahead and try.
Jump onto the center.
Nothing happens.
Out and sit back down on the chair.
Is the fire lit, by the way?
Yeah, no, it's a nice little fire.
Okay, I'm just gonna kind of go low down by the fire and just kind of post my hands a little bit. It's cold out there, so it's nice to enjoy.
What?
I throw a couple of blank books on there.
Test.
The fire will get bigger.
Before they do that, I want to stop them and investigate the chimney thing, fireplace. That's what they're for.
What are you specifically looking for there? Just if there's like a way through or something?
Yeah, mainly if there's
Uh,
anything funny about it.
It seems to be just a normal fireplace as far as you can tell. Like, it warms you up. When Neo goes to throw a book in there, it burns the book, but it doesn't produce any like smoke or anything. And you notice that while the fire is going, the logs and stuff don't seem to be burning.
Is the fire, as you approach it, hot? Like it would.
Yeah, it does produce heat. Like it's like a real fire. It seems to be like almost on repeat. Like it's almost like it's not progressing.
I think we all should just have a sit down, take a breather. I think we all sit down in a chair. Just relax. Try to think what's going on.
You convenient a story.
Does anything happen on the floor?
No.
I walk over and pick up a random children's book off the shelf and sit back down.
Wait, I forget. I'll be like, oh, I forgot to introduce. I'll gesture for Ari to go like sit on the table.
So on the table there, yeah. So you see his little imp on the table here.
Theo was just getting ready to lean forward and flip that table as Mary sat down on it. So he just puts the table back down. Sits back.
You see this tiny little imp on the table.
That's Ari. She does her job, but just don't listen to the aggression, you know.
You've done this to me, Dominic. I need to. No. And then, cause Iraq had, I have to speak to everybody who may understand Infernal.
I do not, do I?
No, you don't. That's the harsh language that it's said translates to that to the people who know. Yeah, no, the stone, it seems to be deactivated now, Theo. Now that you guys have come through.
I wanna start like talking to Ari like I would a puppy. Like, oh, I know, it's so terrible. It's not terrible. We're not that terrible. We're good. Well, as good as we can be.
And are you talking in common or the same tongue?
No, I'm
Okay.
I'm returning in conversation.
So, Dominic, you instantly see that a rock happens to speak the same language as you and Aerie.
I take note of this and be like, I was like, oh, you speak the same. I'll say in the same tongue. Like, you speak the same tongue. Just make sure you honestly just don't pay attention to Ari. Bad attitude. And because their kind lives the sea.
Oh, we can all lie. But not too bad.
And they're speaking funny languages.
Yeah, no, it's harsh and grating on your ears.
Alright, so I start reading the children's book in Goliath.
I wanna reply with the we all have secrets.
Okay, so going back up, I need to double check.
Does anybody else in my party speak Goliath? Oh, yeah, that might be what I'm talking about.
As much as I don't want to split the party, what if we could go over this way and see what happens if it circles us back around again?
I agree with
Um,
that. Carry on.
Hold on, I'm trying to find one thing.
As my
It
character
is.
observed.
I know where to look at least. Or at least it should be right here. That's what I'm wanting to say too.
I mean, I'd love to take the rest.
Yeah, no, it's gray. Specifically gray. I found it.
Okay. Well, I am getting frustrated, and I'm gonna reach into it and grab one and just throw it.
Okay. Roll me a d8. 8. There's. Hold on 1 second. Where do you throw it? Hang on the map for me.
I would have. You would have thrown it here. I want to say I threw it over here, but I would have thrown it over here away from everybody.
So you guys see him reach into a bag and throw something right here. And then an elk is just there.
Are you
All right.
drunk?
Now we leave the elk here, and we proceed through and see if the elk is here when we get back. That way we don't have to split the party.
And then I turn around and look at Theo and we go, I was just gonna put a copper piece on the table and see if it was here when I came back.
It would have been. The chair leg was gone.
What chair leg?
He put a chair leg in the door, and the chair leg was gone.
Yeah, I had no knowledge about that.
Neither did a rock.
No, you did it in front of a rock.
Yeah, that's why I had
Oh,
to
did I?
sneak
Okay.
past
Yeah.
you. It was because you were gonna hold the door.
You're right. You're right. My apologies. They since these vanish at dawn, these are a little bit. I still don't want bad things to happen to creatures, but these are magically summoned creatures, so this is a little bit more. I'm a little bit more okay with it.
Walk up and pet it.
It like snorts.
Little kinda
It snorts a little bit and like nuzzles you. What was that, Dominic?
Dominic will slightly twitch at that. Whole kind of
She sneers at you. I want you to know, by the way, Tom, I will not have your familiar act in a negative way to you, only speak in negative ways. If that makes sense.
I know, because they.
It's a normal familiar will do everything you say and whatnot. I'm just making that clear, like, no matter how I'm role playing it. Trust me,
They have to obey because familiars are.
not only that, but trust us. In the last game I did, my rogue actually killed his familiar several times, and it really disliked him. But they kept getting the same imp back, and it kept listening to him. Well, he kept nat wanting with his familiar in front of him. Of course, I'm gonna have him attack the familiar.
I also want to make an animated scroll while we're all standing around, just a little bird, like the bird tail,
Yeah.
and animated. We also have the.
Dominic
Would I?
will refrain from the temptation to make a copy of himself just to add him to the chaos. There's enough things in the room.
Would I have seen his familiar snare at him?
Yeah, it's near at him clearly. Like it didn't hide it.
And then I'd walk up and attempt to pet it.
It stings you. Oh no, it's going to try to sting you.
I'll say no attacking allies.
Like the stinger is just near you because it has a nasty little stinger neck. Yeah.
I seen it in the picture, so I walk back over to him and start petting him.
I'm gonna pet the alchemic. I'm gonna need you to stay here as we try to explore.
It nods at you.
Alright, I say we move on and see what happens.
I do have to ask that you guys move as a group in those tunnels because it makes my job a little bit easier.
That's fine. Before we leave, though, I'm gonna do an investigate just to see if there's anything else that, like activations, like up here, if there's anything else that would
Uh,
trigger possibly a different path.
Whoever
Uh,
whoever's in the lead, if they want to grab all our tokens and move all of us, I'm fine.
only I can do that. Like you can only grab tokens if you have a sheet for it.
I'm bring my.
Roll me an intelligent as well, Theo. Just an intelligent roll, not a save or anything. Okay. I don't want to. You don't really notice anything in the room as a trigger. Once again, you see the totems though, and know that the door's open because you guys put a black totem down. Like the fourth one there was the black totem that Neo had, and that's all you really remember or investigate and find.
That's all I can tell.
And I want to carry my great sword in front of me since I'm deciding I'm taking the lead, but instead I'm gonna have my hand axes out instead because I
Okay.
realized the hallway's too small for the great sword.
Okay, and I'll carry you guys forward. So as you guys go through, this time you don't prop the door open, and it shuts behind you. Do you guys progress, or do you guys?
Just about to say, dumb question. Open that door again.
As you guys look at that door, the door is painted black, and when you guys open it, what you guys see is a tunnel.
Well, this is different.
Yeah.
And as the door shuts behind you, the door is white.
I open the door again and look in it.
And as you do, you guys are back in this room.
Oh well.
No elk.
Maybe if we only open the black doors, it'll take us somewhere new.
Right. I was just thinking about that because there's that other section of doors too. So.
Is the chair normal?
Yeah, everything's back to normal.
Forward.
One thing, where's the elk?
except for your imp and my heart.
Okay,
Never
so
closed the door, right?
no, it auto shuts.
Alright.
So when you say forward, what do you mean?
No, back through this door.
Ping it for me. Okay, yeah, you all go through that door. It shuts behind you.
What
Black
color door?
Okay,
Black door.
back through the door you just went through. Hold on, as I grab everybody, and you're here.
Okay, now forward till we find a black door.
So as you go down the tunnel and everything, traveling down, blah blah blah, you guys get down here, and you guys do notice that there's a black door here.
I offer to go first.
I'll like whistle and then Ari will go invisible.
Okay. So as you go through, you guys go through the black door, and you guys end up in another tunnel.
I hope no one's claustrophobic.
Avanti?
Do you guys wish to repeat?
Just keep going, I say.
So as you guys go forward through the tunnel, you come down here and you see another black door.
In the hallway, I've been dragging my hand axes along the wall, making scratch marks on the wall.
Okay, there's no scratch marks ahead of you though. Do you guys proceed through the door again?
Yes.
So as you do, you end up back in this room.
No.
Okay. We need to go through a black door, a white door, a black door, and a white door.
Okay.
I'm so glad, Corey, that you figured it out.
I would have did
No,
it another three times.
no, hold on. No, that's meta me. I assumed this towards the beginning, but my investigation was very low.
Yeah.
So let me make a roll to see if I would
Go ahead.
feel
Go ahead.
right off the bat.
I mean, it's a nice leap logic. So go ahead again. Like the DC would be much lower. Another intelligence.
Well, we already figured out that it is a pattern, and we were already tracking the pattern.
Would you like to rock roll an intelligence just to guarantee it? Everybody can.
I don't want to meta it, you know.
I don't think Dominic would, because I think even if Dominic, actually, I'll roll as
You?
Dominic.
I
I
was
feel
just
like
about
even
to
if
say.
Dominic knew,
Intelligence not saved, by the way. You can re-roll that, Kelly.
I think Dominic would.
You can.
Oh, my bad.
Go.
Presumably, if you're okay with it, you don't.
Yeah, no, I'm okay with it, especially since all of you guys are rolling piss poor.
I just.
Dominic for sure has figured it out.
I was assuming something with the color patterns, and then once we were going through specific doors and they were taking us different routes, that's where it clicked. So I guess it would make sense.
Yeah.
Meta knowledge. I was just trying to avoid meta knowledge, but if
No, I got you.
then that's great. I would definitely recommend. That's what my character would say.
Yeah, no, that's fine. I think between all of you guys, like, what the hell has been happening, blah, 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 I think you guys can figure it out.
So I think we should try black, white, and then if that doesn't work, we try it in the other order of white, black. So let's try left to right first. Double black, white.
So you guys go back through here. Let the door shut. You go through, and you end up over here. You go through the black. Yeah, you went through a black one. You go down here, and then through the door again, and you end up back here. There's your black two.
Black 2, okay. So now we're looking for white.
And as the door shuts behind, you turn, and the door is painted white.
Okay, so we'll go back through that one.
I was waiting for him to say it was painted red, and I'm like,
So you go through, and you're down here.
Okay.
And behind,
See a black door?
yes, as the door shuts behind you, it is black.
Okay, so we'll go through that one.
And
then hopefully there's a white one after.
as you do, you're back up here. And as the door shuts, it's white. And as you go through the white door, you are back in this room, but the room has changed. Gone. still no elk. That's gone and forgotten. Instead of a fireplace, there's actually a big old door there.
Okay. Alright. I was
Straight up do it.
By the way, that
afraid that what I assumed was meta knowledge, but you guys were right. That was something I would have come to a conclusion.
by the way, this he
You're blank.
he didn't know what the puzzle was, but I told Mike I had a D&D puzzle for you guys. He told me I was an asshole and an evil DM.
No, it wasn't that. I mean, once we got to the idea,
It's a simple puzzle, and that's why I wanted to test it on you guys.
Well, I was just about to say, and the pattern is up on the table where the totem's placed. So
Yep.
the longer we spend in this room,
Shit.
the better it was for us.
Yeah.
Yeah, I kept staring at it, and then I'm like, okay, it's something with those orders. And then once we started going, okay, let's try all black doors, and I'm like, it's black. It's black.
I'm so happy with you guys. I'm saying the truth. So yes.
Going through the fireplace.
Okay. As you go through the door, let me change maps real quick. Can actually close those two out.
Find a random common.
So,
Griffin salad.
no. Before you do anything, I'm going to explain the room. And this is going to hit one of you guys more than it hits everybody else. So, you walk through the door and you see a grisly scene. The room has corpses strewn about all of it. Blood everywhere and whatnot. And the corpses are all like dressed like pirates. And most of you guys will recognize these. Neo, you 100% do. Anybody that's seen Neo rage will recognize most of these people. Neo, these
Stress on the face immediately.
yeah, these are your pirate crewmates, and they all look like they've been like half eaten almost. And in the center of the room, near the water, is a huge bear, which looks very much like the bear that Neo half turned into when he raged. And in the bear's mouth, right, Nick? In the mouth is the body of a woman, Neo's master, as it turns and looks at the players.
I draw my greatsword.
And with that, let me clear initiative.
That's that arrow that I've always been holding in my hand as we've been walking around.
You can, but I will need initiatives.
Initiative, it's 2.4 above my health, right?
If you have your token clicked, yes.
Damn. I really wanted to go first.
Let me. So, that should be everybody. We order in descending order. You can let loose that arrow.
No, I didn't have it ready to
Okay.
actually do it. I'm not,
Yeah, no problem.
I just have
But
it.
it is your turn, Mister. I go first, and I am a gloom stalker. This room seems to have an ambient light about it.
Damn. Okay, well, I'm going to take the first shot as a clockwork sharpshooter and see how the first shot goes off.
You do hit. What was that?
Are you still with just because I don't see like the.
Yeah, it's on your shoulder. I can drag it out at any point you want.
No problem, no problem. Just making sure.
Then, son of a bitch.
What?
I should have. For my second attack, I'm going to bonus action Hunter's Market.
Okay.
I have to do that first. For the first arrow hits, you said, so does 21 plus a d8 for the clockwork hitting into him.
Let me check something real quick. What's the bonus clockwork damage?
It should be a clockwork for level 5.
No, what's the
Is it
damage type?
Slashing.
Slashing.
Oh wait, sorry, hold on.
Because I thought it was like booming blade where it was thunder or something.
No, it's at 5th level the range attack deals an extra d8 slashing to the
Okay.
target, and the target gets an additional d8 slashing. So
Okay.
1d8 on the hit and 2d8 on non-removal.
I was just double checking.
Yeah, no, you're fine. I'm figuring this thing probably has similar resistances that we noticed with our other werebear here. So, bonus action Hunter's Mark him. And then my second attack, I'm going to go for another sharpshooter on him. Clockwork sharpshooter. I'm a lucky that one.
You do indeed hit.
So that'll be D8 and then a D6 Hunter's Mark. 2 arrows.
Does this bear look like me?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly like you when you went. Only probably more monstrous. Like, it definitely looks like what Neo would think of himself as the rare bear.
I'm going to move up here.
And that's your turn?
Yeah, that'll be my turn.
Dominic.
Okay.
Doesn't say what type of damage Hunter's Marks is, though.
I think it's additional damage. Just the same. It's like sneak attack. It's whatever your weapon die is.
Okay, sorry for interrupting you, Dominic.
Now, how do I check how long I am, like, rather than just dragging myself, how do I...
There is on the left hand side, you should see a little circle with a ruler on it. If you click that, you can then drag and stuff.
If you also put your token, and as you move, you right-click, you'll place pins, and then that will be like, okay, moving here is 30 feet, but then if I turn and go this way, it's 5 feet type stuff.
Well, I think Dominic's gonna move, like, first to about here. So close to the pillar. And then he's gonna do a good old Eldritch Blast.
Go ahead and fire it. Unfortunately, you miss.
Wait, is it two fire though, isn't it?
At this level, you do fire two. So go ahead and fire your second one. That one does indeed hit.
Thanks.
Force damage.
I didn't apply the bonus charisma damage.
Yeah, no, I just when you do put that 5, just put 5 in the chat. That way, I just look at it to know.
Glad it's force damage. It's always good. Not a lot of stuff resist force.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's your turn. So, on its turn, it's going to do like a little hover fly down over here to the person that heard it.
I do not blame you.
And it's going to make attacks against you.
Yep.
It's going to make a bite and 2 claws.
Okay.
Bite. Claw.
Yep.
And claw.
Yep.
And go ahead. It's at the end of its turn, right?
Take 34 damage. I am.
Yeah, but your
bloodied.
extra damage happens at the end of its turn if it doesn't pull out.
Correct.
Go ahead.
That would be 4d8. 16 slashing damage.
A rock.
I'm gonna go ahead and do this. Because that is helpful.
If you want, Kelly, because we never actually talked about this, because you are so squishy, If you want me to assume you are always casting that every 8 hours that you might be in combat, I can.
Yeah.
We'll just permanently have you at 1 less spell slot.
That is fine.
That way you don't waste your first turn. Because you never know when I'm going to spring combat on you.
Very
And unless you're walking all day, like whenever walking through this whole dungeon would not have taken 8 hours, and I assume you'd be like, you know what, better be safe. A rock seems to plan ahead, so you don't have to use that as your turn.
I'm gonna go ahead and sorcerer points to twin shot this.
Ooh, nice.
Twin bloodshot.
A crit fail and a crit succeed.
Okay, about twin shot. I only feel fair if I take the damage twice as well.
Oh no, you 100% were going to.
That's
I need a percentile and don't get 20 or below.
Okay. Give me 1 second.
Mike, you and your hitting teammates.
Hey.
It's 20 and below, and he's aiming towards you. It just the second one shot over and hit the pillar. The first one does indeed hit though.
For a lot.
Well, yeah. Wait. I need to check something. Okay. So, what you notice is the physical portion of that spell attack seems to have not done as much as you thought it should. It looks like, it looked like the fire didn't burn it as bad. The boiling blood did not burn as bad as you think it should. You felt the other portion do full damage though. That's twin, so you still have a bonus action, right? If you want to do anything.
No.
Okay. Neo.
What's my move? 40? So I'm
30, I thought.
no, it says 40.
Oh,
40.
barbarian, you go faster. Yeah, that's right. So you move up.
Oh, I raged before I even moved.
So bonus action rage. Okay.
Like, as soon as I seen the image you explained to me, I was instantly without wanting to rage. With the master in the mouth.
Oh yeah, no. I did that for a reason, Nick. I can't just torture Theo.
And then boop.
Okay, you hit. Go ahead. Your second attack. That one is a hit too.
I don't think I can do anything else.
Theo. What would you like to do? As it roars in your face.
Well, considering the first attack made me bloodied, I would like to try to step back.
Are you done disengage?
Would it would only get one attack, it wouldn't get all three.
No, it wouldn't get all three. It would only get one of its attacks.
Would I
I-
be able to do anything that...
I'm just gonna
Wait, I think Nick does have something though. Yeah.
I'll have something I'm
Yes.
like.
Nick, you do have something. If it makes an attack against another person within 5 feet of you, you can use your reaction to attack it.
That would stop it from.
No, it would still go through, but if you kill it with that one hit, which it doesn't quite look bloodied, so chances are you're not, but you could still at least get a free attack on it.
Yeah, I'll
We
step.
can pick him back up. It's okay.
So you step back.
Hold on. I'd like to step here. Yeah, I'm not
Yeah.
going to disengage though, so I'll take the. He'll go to attack me. I'm going to make him lucky roll that. That did not hit.
But you do get an attack against it. I want to see the damage.
See at the moment, sir.
What was that?
Oh, never mind.
That would have been the
That
damage.
would have robbed me.
Perfect, almost perfectly too. That would have been amazing. Nick, you can attack it if you want. You miss.
I don't have anything to make that reroll.
No, you're not lucky.
I'm glad I have lucky. I am going to
Doesn't
actually
that-
cast. What was that?
I said he does in fact have something. He can reckless.
He
React.
only on his turn. He can't reckless on a reaction.
I
I'm
forgot
going
that.
to channel divinity.
Is that a bonus action or action?
It's an action, and I didn't actually disengage.
Oh, true. Okay, so you bonus action,
So, yeah.
action.
Before I grabbed the owlbear necklace around as my eyes turned dark, filled with kind of stars, as a sphere pulses out from me that is filled with dim light, and it's 30-foot radius from me. It lasts for a minute or until I incapacitate or die. Whenever anyone ends its turn there, I can grant it one of these. I can either end charmed or frightened, or give temporary hit points. So I'm going to give myself some temporary hit points of d6 plus my cleric level. So 7 temp HP for myself,
Nice.
and then that will be my turn.
Okay. Dominic.
How big of a sphere
It's on the.
is that?
Does
It's that yellow circle.
Knowing that there's one person who's right at the bear, for
everybody should see it now?
I'm gonna use uncanny avoidance on Neo, just to give him see if give him that wee bit of
Can you post it in chat?
Oh yeah.
Fuck, that's not a touch. I mean, you could.
30 foot, targets within range, next attack against it has disadvantage.
And then
Okay.
for my bonus, I'll tell Ari to start attacking it.
Now as familiars, as a heads up, familiars tend not to have straight attack actions. Even if they have attacks, familiars tend to aid you. Like what they...
It's part of the thing.
Oh yeah, you have... let me, could I forget? Because I think yours is special. Oh yeah, I see it right there. Yeah, so, boom. Let me, drag that out so you can control. So, right now, area is invisible, so you can command that to attack, and then the first attack will be at advantage. Because it's invisible.
Right, okay. How do I know, what damage it's meant to do?
It's on the character sheet.
Oh, right, okay.
You have an imp character sheet, and it should be sting. Okay, 18 does in fact hit.
Wait, how do I...
Click the name, the sting part, in chat.
Wait, alright, in chat, sorry. Okay. 18 does in fact hit. 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 18 does in fact hit
It's all good. So as it stings in, I need to actually check something. Right here. No, that's not. So, as it stings in, you actually notice it does no damage.
Okay. I'll take note of this.
No poison damage at piercing?
Nope, no damage whatsoever.
Okay. I mean, Theo wouldn't know that. It's just a clarification.
Yeah.
Was there any more reaction when I hit it from when Theo hit it?
And you can sting and then move back to you because it can't take an attack of opportunity because it already used it. It is its turn though, and it roars at you, Neo, and it's going to attack you.
Fuck you to his face.
The first attack will be at disadvantage, and the next two will be normal.
They both did hit, I think.
Yep.
And it goes off armor class, right?
Yep. Okay, so you take your
He'll take 13 damage.
yes. Trying to think if it had magical attacks or not.
Sorry.
No, that's all. It's all good. And yeah, no. Then it's going to move here.
Also,
Uh,
Dominic, roll a 6.
Yeah, roll d6 first. For if you want the temp HP. So you get 6.
Actually, it says I granted. But
Oh yeah. So it's
so yeah, take 6 temp.
it's the temp HP, so it's gone before your normal HP, but it's not healing.
It goes in the blue bit, right?
Yeah. It goes in. It can be controlled. That's your AC. What you could put it in the red one if that helps you remember. Rock.
I think I'm gonna bloodshot again because there was some success with her.
13 unfortunately misses.
I'm also going to use my bonus action to go ahead and do this.
Theo gets a shield of. That unfortunately you can't do that because those are both leveled spell, like leveled list. So you can't cast 2 leveled spells in the same turn. If you cast action spell, the bonus action has to be a cantrip, or vice versa. It
Trip firebolt it.
that would be an action. He would have to quicken it.
Oh, my bad.
No, you're completely fine. I was just explaining. So is that you done then?
Yep.
Neo.
By any chance, is there another chance I can go werebear on a werebear fight?
No. This is. If you haven't picked up, Nick, this is like you fighting against the rare bear of yourself. Okay, you hit.
Is reckless attack a attack slot or?
No, what it is let me read the exact wording because I want to make sure that reckless. Boom. You throw when you make your first attack on your turn, you decide to attack recklessly. So unfortunately, you just attacked, but because you didn't know that, I'll let you do your second one as a reckless. If you want.
Add advantage or
Yeah, it's at advantage, but everything has advantage against you.
Well, I could give you my reaction to give you advantage.
So what are you doing? Recklessing or taking as a
Yeah.
reaction? Okay. So you do hit.
Click with advantage.
Okay, you do hit.
Does it show any visible?
Uh,
Any
at-
visible?
Well, as you get it to
And
you get it to the bloody mark, just right there, and it roars out as kind of this like black smoke billows around it a little bit. Not so much that it hides it, but but enough that you see a visible change. As its Paragon trait activates.
And at the end of my turn, I want to roll the d6 for a temporary hitch.
Go ahead. You get 5 temp HP. So, upon reading some of them, there's different kinds of Paragon koi, because I know you guys fought one before. This one uses one that it gets a special Paragon action that it can use once when not on its turn. Well, no, what it is it gets a Paragon action, and it can use that action after any other creature takes a turn, and it's a full action. On its main action, it gets those back. So if I had like 5 HP pools, and you guys knock it down 4 of them, it would have 5 turns per turn. I only have not nearly that. No. That would be killing you guys. But after, Nick, you do yours. It uses a Paragon action to spend its bonus turn, and it's turning on you, and it's attacking you. At advantage.
Oh, those better plans.
So, miss, hit, and hit.
And I put that temp HP where the...
So, 19, so
red circle.
you only took 8 of that, 9 of that. So you only take 4 damage as it laid into you. And that's its turn. Theo.
Oh, question. Am I able to growl back at it?
Yeah,
Growl back
you
at
can growl at it.
Like growl in its face too.
Yeah,
Like
it's
the normal Theo.
growling's a free action. It's fine. So is crying. You're always able to cry.
I am going to grab my token once more and try to do what I did before and bring out the owlbear.
Okay. I didn't know you were trying to bring out the owlbear.
What's that?
I didn't know you were trying to bring out the owlbear. I thought you were just doing your AoE thing before.
Oh no, I mean,
Okay.
I don't have to keep that up. It just
Yeah.
stays up.
Okay, no, that's what I was making sure that this time you're summoning the owlbear. Last time you weren't.
Correct, yeah. This
Okay.
is when I'm summoning the owlbear.
So you summon.
Same necklace, but trying to summon the owlbear. Actually wanted to have it over here.
No problem.
Okay.
That's fine.
So that's my action. Can I don't remember how we had it working. Is it like a bonus action I can tell it to attack?
I believe it takes its action right after you, so you can like. Let's see.
I don't remember if I have the bonus action commanded or not.
Owlbear could. And it's on the same plane of existence.
I know for mine, for the familiar thing, to order it, use a bonus action, and then it takes its action after. So, not sure if
Yeah,
it's
but
the same thing,
that's a little bit different.
This is from a magical item, but we can do it that way. That might be the simplest way to do it.
Because I know it was based upon the ivory goat. Yeah, if I issue no commands, the creature defends itself and takes no other actions. So the command I'm going to issue it, if I can do it as a bonus action. It doesn't actually say.
It obeys your spoken command. If it doesn't say it takes an action, then it won't.
Okay. So I'm going to tell it to attack this thing until it dies.
Yeah, that's 5e is very specific with wording. If it doesn't tell you you need an action, you don't. So yeah.
Have I'm gonna go a beak attack and a claw attack. It's gonna go multi-attack on it. If I give my reaction, it's only one of those two attacks, right?
Yes, it's only one. It's not the whole attack action.
Okay, so I'm going to give my reaction for it. I'm gonna do it on the claws though, 'cause I don't want to cheat. I'm gonna wait until one fails. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm gonna beak attack and then claw. I didn't need to do it on the claw,
And the claw does indeed hit.
so I didn't need to use my reaction on that one then, because it hit. So all 14 slashing.
Now, let me double it. Oh. The slashing does indeed hit. Something, Corey, that I will say, because your statue is a magical item, the damage from the owlbear will be magical. Just because I don't feel like that's kind of cheap otherwise. So, that's your turn and owlbear's turn?
Yeah, there's nothing else that, because I haven't had action yet, bonus action. I'm not gonna attempt to move
Uh,
because if it hits me again, I mean it's gonna hit me again.
if it crits you, Dominic.
I'm gonna be right back. I'm gonna go get something to drink.
Okay.
Dominic, first, what Dominic's gonna do is he's gonna use yet again uncanny avoidance, but use it on Theo this time. I'll just
So the first attack against Theo has disadvantage.
yes, and then for a bonus action, Dominic's gonna take out a book he has, and then start reading out loud for people and hope that'll inspire them to do better. So he'll go like blah blah black sheep. Have you any? And then he'll just start reading his book, and then that's what he'll be doing.
There's no spell or ability tied to this. It's just you reading a book.
It's just me reading a book.
Okay. Well, I'll let you do that as well as this cantrip. Like, it's the bear's turn, and he has so many targets, but you haven't really done much to him, so he's just gonna attack in this order: Neo, Theo, and then Owlbear. It's still advantage against Neo. So, boom. Boom. 27. Then the next one is against Thea, which is at disadvantage. And the third one is at the owlbear.
How many hits that? 14 does not hit me.
I figured it's not.
And I still roar in a bear's face.
So there's that. A rock.
Okay. Just to clarify real quick, I was reading into that rule, and the first three responses all answered entirely different. I am allowed to cast a bonus action spell and then a cantrip only. That's your rule, right?
That's the default is if you cast a level, you can only per turn, and this is the exact wording is like that, the bonus action and a level, but
That's what I was saying. Is that I've just read through all that.
my ruling specifically is you can only cast one leveled spell per turn, unless you have like an additional action.
Okay, so I'm just gonna use my bonus action to cast that. Okay.
You can also cast cantrip spells. Those are level 0.
So I am allowed
No.
to cast a cantrip as well.
Yes, when I said leveled, I mean like level 1 through 9. I apologize for not being clear.
Okay, and I guess I'll do that.
So Theo, you have the Shield of Faith, bonus 2 AC.
Thank you.
At the end of your turn, Arak, the Wraith Bearer is going to use his Paragon action to use his turn to make a roar out loud. Baleful roar. He lets out a roar in a 30-foot circle centered on him, and each creature within that circle needs to make a Wisdom save. Which
Do you want to roll
Does this count as a spell or is this not a spell?
I know what you're asking about. It's an ability of it. It's not really magic.
Or just another? That's fine then.
Yes. And
You
what?
want to roll a d6 for temporary hit points, Kelly?
Yeah, because sorry.
So you get 7 temp HP.
Oh wait, that was still advantage.
Don't worry, it didn't change anything. So everybody except for Dominic is now. Oh, can you get one for the owlbear too, Theo?
Just a straight wisdom.
Yeah.
That's
Okay.
what
Everybody but Dominic is now frightened of this bear.
So what does that do again?
The frightened condition. A frightened creature has disadvantage on ability checks and attack rolls while within line of sight of its source of fear, and it cannot willingly move closer.
So just to let you guys know, instead of choosing temporary hit points this turn, when you end your turn, you can just choose to not be frightened anymore because of my Twilight Sanctuary.
That's what I was thinking about saying.
It is your turn, Neo.
I'm not
It's only when you end your
You,
turn.
you have to end your turn to have that.
Yeah.
So I have disadvantage on my attacks.
But if you use Reckless, you'll neutral out to normal.
I can also give you
1-on-1. Oh yeah, the owlbear can give the second one. So you can neutral out for free if you want.
If he's willing to do that at neutral amount, do I get advantage if
Nope.
I do that in? Nope. Alright. Well, if he's willing to neutral amount, I'll
Yeah,
do
that
that.
way you're not getting hurt with a possible disadvantage next time around. So I'll give my reaction, and the owlbear will give his.
Okay, good. 15 just hits.
Does this thing have my armor class?
I forget what your I forget what your armor class. No.
Alright. That'd ask out again.
Okay. So that's the end of your turn.
Thing I
Theo.
think.
Alright. At disadvantage, will make a clockwork standard longbow attack on him.
Okay.
18.
Does indeed hit.
6, 8, Hunter's Mark, and Clockwork. So 13 damage. And then I'm going to bonus action healing ward myself at 2nd level.
Okay.
Well, I guess before I do that, I should clarify, because I know I gave him the command to attack this thing until it dies. Do I need to reiterate that command?
No, I'm going to just you gave it a command.
Okay. So healing for 8.
Oh, and if anybody needs my reaction, all they have to do is just ask.
So that will be my turn, and then the owlbear's turn. If you want to give your reaction for the owlbear attack, do you want us to say which one if he's given it for the?
Yeah. Which one do you want to give it? The first attack or second, Nick?
Second.
Beak.
Which actually works out because the beak. Either way, it would have done about the same. The claws hit. The beak does not.
Future reference, we should probably do it for the beak because the beak has a +10 and the claws have a +14. But sorry.
It's doing damage.
I was just making sure.
Yeah, no.
I want to end when we each end our turns, we're ending right in position, by the way.
Yeah, I know. I figured.
Doom.
I was saying that for Mike's benefit.
Yep.
Sorry.
No, I appreciate it. And that's your turn and your outburst?
Yes, correct.
Dominic,
Okay.
you are not frightened.
Let me just look at this spell for a second, just so I can make sure I'm not killing everyone.
He's gonna fireball everybody.
Yeah, no, yeah, no. I'm not gonna. I'm not
I've been
gonna.
debating
do
on
that.
that.
I have my reaction back. I can absorb elements.
Well, the thing is, if people were running away, I'd be like, screw it. But people haven't ran away, so I'm not going to. I think I'm gonna apply my bonus damage, and I'm gonna cast Eldritch Blast.
Now.
With like both bonuses.
I will give you a heads up, and your familiar can help with one of these. You are melee range using a ranged attack, so it is disadvantage.
Oh, right, okay.
Your familiar can neutral one of them out with the help action, and that's something nice about having a familiar. But at the same time, your second one would be at disadvantage.
Instead, I'm just gonna actually do then. I'll just do another uncanny avoidance, and I'll do that on. I'll put it on Theo again.
God, they're making you untouchable, Theo.
Ice squishy.
With Shield of Faith, Uncanny Avoidance.
I can't see their health bar tokens. I know we had it up there for if I want to blood it or not.
I
Their tokens, I can't see that.
I don't think I saved it that way. I'll have to.
Would it be a bonus action or action for like, see if I wanted it like, give the imp health potion and tell him to fly up, and then just in case if someone's low, that they can then go low down. Would I be fine just to do that as a bonus, or would that take full action?
It's technically fine to do it as a free action because it's an object interaction, like object interaction. To use a potion, it takes an action, but your imp can then do that action.
Cool. I'm gonna do that then. I'm gonna like give the imp a potion, tell it to fly up until it's needed,
Okay.
and then that's me.
Okay. Bear's turn again. So let's see. This last turn, Neo hit it harder, so it's going full bore on Neo.
What total level are we now?
Level 6.
That thing wasn't keeping track, sorry.
So bite, claw, and claw. 2 of those hit you for 10 damage.
Did you calculate
Yeah.
temporary hit points?
You didn't have any.
Well, I did before
I
that.
calculated it before. Yes. Arak. Let me put a little concentrating thing on you too. Everybody can see everybody's health now, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, we can. Well, we can't see the bear, but I have a feeling we're not meant to see the bear's health.
Just know that the bear's bloodied.
If I come up and touch Theo and then move back, it's gonna be a problem.
You're not within range of the. Well, you wouldn't know if you're within range or not. But I'm.
Nonetheless, they've been taking more attention than me.
Yeah, no, I just. Theo, you get cured wounds.
And I'm gonna walk back. And then
And the bear does not attack you.
now I can actually attack as well.
And then After rock, it's the bear. The bear's gonna use its paragon to.
To remove frighten, by the way. When you end your turn, you end it or
Yes.
remove any
Okay.
condition.
So nobody is frightened now. So as it uses its paragon, it's gonna attack Nick again.
Didn't it already use its paragon once?
It recharges every time it has its action. Like it's on initiative.
I thought it attacked and then.
It.
Okay, you're right. I had the order wrong.
Yep. So this is gonna hurt Nick.
Oh, I can't. Lucky
It
as
killed
someone
me,
else,
didn't
can
it? No.
So the second one is it's gonna be 8 more because it's I don't have the max, so that is so 32, 27
27 damage.
total. Thank you.
I don't think that's right.
Because it's 32 plus 22, so that's 54 divided in half. 27. And then it's your turn, Neo.
And
We did tell the imp if someone needed the potion, would this trigger the imp
Um,
going and flying back, giving them the potion? Because at this point, he'd be very.
I didn't know if he had the imp hold its action to do that, or if it was kind of like have this potion and when it's your turn, give it to somebody needed. You want to clarify that, Dominic?
I was meaning like if someone looks like they need the potion, hand it to them. But if for the rule wise, that
No,
doesn't quite work.
no, that's a hold action and that's fine. I didn't clarify when you did it, so that is fine. The imp can fly over and give Neo the potion. So I guess I'll roll that.
Yeah, it's just like a minor potion feeling.
You get 7 HP back.
you add that, or do you?
Yeah, I'll add it.
And then I get to attack, right?
You have your action, yes. That misses.
I figured.
That hits.
Well then.
Oh wait, I can give my reaction. Sorry, I was totally zoned out.
I still a little lippy from when he kicked the shit out of me.
My turn started over and I haven't used my reaction. So if Mike was okay with it, I can give it to you. But you attacked me before I said anything, so my apologies. Next time around.
You're fine. And I don't think I can do anything else.
I don't think you can either.
I can just roll my d6 and get my
Yep.
get extra health.
It didn't pull that arrow out on its turn, did it?
No.
No.
Well, yeah, no, it didn't.
So 9 slashing as it slashes into him.
Okay. And now it is. And Nick, you got 4, so I'll add the. You could put 4 in that red. Theo.
Could I get advantage from reaction from Theo
Sure.
for my? Actually, could I get it from Dominic?
Yes.
If you want to give up your reaction, give me
Oh.
advantage, Dominic.
Yeah, I'm happy to do that.
So I'm gonna do this at advantage. I'm gonna go for a sharpshooter, clockwork sharpshooter.
You do in fact hit.
68. So 30 damage. Oh, 21 slot piercing.
Okay.
Sorry, that would actually be 26 piercing, 4 slashing. And then I will bonus action. Healing word again at 2nd level, but this time to Neo.
Okay.
For 10. So Neo, you heal 10. This is great, guys.
Okay.
I have
What are those?
I've got one healing thing left I can do. For like, it's just a small one, so I might walk over because I need to get range away anyway. So I might do that.
We all still have some good berries. I know there's some involved.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that
I
will
still
end.
have 3 healing as well. Or 2, I'm sorry.
That will end my turn.
And so the bear.
So yeah, the snowy owlbear. I'm gonna give up my reaction to give advantage on the beak attack.
I'll give advantage to the other one.
Okay. So beak at advantage, 17. Claw,
Does hit. They both hit.
So 9 piercing from the beak, 11 slashing, so 20 total of piercing and slashing magic damage.
It was, and Nick, you see the spittle as drops of blood like fly from its mouth at you guys, as it roars at you. Not its blood, but blood from its last meal.
Then I spit in its face.
It turns and spits in yours, and you just have the master's blood in your face.
And I'm not able to lunge on it.
What?
This is getting kinky.
uh,
That will end both of our turns.
Dominic.
So did I give up my action or reaction?
Reaction. So now it's your.
Cool.
Now it's.
Back because it's your turn.
Yep.
Yeah. I'm gonna like go over to here, and I'm going round so I don't provoke a.
Technically, you were within 5 feet, so no matter what, you would provoke if you don't
Okay.
stay
Yeah,
within
that's
5
fine.
feet.
They can
Okay.
go for it then.
It misses.
Cool. I'm going to use my action to do just a wee healing hands on Neo. So it's just. So it's just like 6 plus 6. And then that's me.
Your turn ends, and it's gonna be the Wraith Bear, who notice.
You have temp HP. You can roll again to see if it's higher than what you currently have, Dominic. I guess I should have done the same.
Yeah, I'll just add like.
Yeah, no, mine's not gonna. Mine's gonna still stay at that.
So let's see. So
Yours would stay the same.
Neo did 23. Theo did like 30. Yeah, it's gonna go up to you this time, Theo.
Yeah, no, I figured. I still have the shield though. Right?
Yep.
But I didn't get the disadvantage.
So what am I aiming to hit with you?
18 is my AC right now. That hits. That does not, and that does not. That shield saved me from those 2 attacks. Thank you.
How much damage would it have done?
Murderous blow.
Yeah, no, that 40.
Enough to draw me to 5 HP.
But no, you only take the 17. And that's its turn. Alright.
And it didn't pull out the arrow.
Nope, so go ahead.
8, 7.
Come on, it's Neo's like primal instincts. It's not to pay attention to arrows in it.
Yeah, and that's
What's
fine
an
with
arrow?
me. 2d additional damage.
Unfortunately, 14 misses.
That would be decent damage too.
Go ahead, Neo.
Then boop,
Hits.
boop,
Misses.
and figured. And
Okay.
I just muted, guys. That's what the owlbear could give reaction on.
Yeah, Nick, go ahead with that second one. He was muted. Go ahead and re-roll it once. Because he just said that. That does indeed hit. Nick. As this is where the battle ends. As the blade enters it, there's like a pushback, and everybody but you are pushed back away from it. Just enough that it's it's almost like there's a spotlight on you. If this was a TV show, like everybody else would kind of fade into the back as there's a spotlight on you two, and the bear kind of just stands on its hind legs and looks at you. And as you look, it reaches forward, and so do you. As soon as you guys touch, you kind of just it becomes part of you. It like
One of those Disney movie
yeah.
scenes where the hands are touching and it absorbs into me.
Yes. And as you do, everything, like a snap of a finger, and you guys wake up in the cave.
Am I still pretty fucked up?
Well, one, they dumped all their healing, but two, no. All this happened in a dream, and it didn't take any of your resources. So you guys all might as well have a long rest.
I had the weirdest dream last night.
And Neo still acts like he doesn't know a damn thing about what happened.
However, what about my charges for the owlbear? Would that not be exhausted?
I want roll me a D100. I have something I want to see.
That's what I was gonna say.
No, the charges aren't used. I was testing for something, but nah, it's not used.
Just set my resources back.
No, I get you. You guys are now in the cave. The fire has died down a bit. What?
Mike, how do I whisper to you?
/W space and then my name as Mike the DM. You should be able to tab finish it.
Or she could do like /W space, then just letters GM space.
That probably does. I think there's a specific GM whisper too.
Yeah, W/space or /W GM, pop up and you can click it. Yeah, that was So we all had one same collective dream, eh?
Neo looks at you. I don't know what you're talking about.
Didn't you just get up and say, did anyone else have the same dream, or was that Dominic?
That was Dominic.
That was me.
Oh, okay.
I said I had the weirdest dream last night.
Oh, okay. Well, so then what was the dream? Because mine, I have a couple questions to be asking.
Well, there was a bear. There were two bears. Sorry. There was lots of tunnels. There was a good book. I read a book. It was about the sheep. I think it was a children's book. It's a good time. And nothing bad happened.
Well, the one, if I had the same one, was one of the bears a smooth-looking owlbear?
Yeah.
Alright, sweet. At least you and I had the same dream. So that's gonna lead me to ask Neo, why? Are you okay? Do we need to keep our distance? Because that creature that almost wiped me in one hit is inside of you.
I'm fine. Everything's fine. Everything's good. How's your dogs doing?
Don't change the subject.
I think dogs are still mad.
I am still mad.
You know how we make this feel better? Going and buying the dog's treats.
I mean, technically you can't be mad at what happens in a dream. It's just a dream, right? Right?
In a land that doesn't have magic, sure.
Okay.
Somebody manages to control themselves, then maybe.
You have no random impulses. Nick.
Yeah, I figured.
I will inform you.
It was different.
Not only that, but
Time was
if
different.
something happens, I will tell you. But until then,
Alright.
All right. Well, if you don't want, I'm not gonna force information out of you. You probably know just as much as I do. I'm assuming. So, shall we move on? And as to
So, excuse me.
and looking at Dominic, since you introduced your companion, Erie, that owlbear is my companion. His name is Alton. Alton.
What a wonderful companion.
Yes, I wish I could see him more often, but currently we are limited how often we can see each other. But in due time, hopefully, I can understand this magic more. That allows me to summon him. Alright, so where
I am planning something for that, Corey. By the way.
Okay.
You guys are currently here. You guys are heading here, but I have a question. It is 20 till. Do we want to stop here?
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
Cause I don't.
Question,
Yes.
Is my actually okay?
Yeah. No, it was with the dogs and everything.
Alright. And I
Uh.
generic named that motherfucker. His name is Bob.
So what is now, Nick? Because you did that, basically out of character, you have beaten your inner bear, basically,
Yeah.
and gained control. I hope everybody enjoyed that, or at least thought it was interesting. It's my first time.
The way I look at it as Neo's looking at it as like a teenage girl and her body changing.
Yes, Neo is a teenage girl.
And maybe it would get better.
I now understand the mind of Neo. It is corridors with nothing to show and children.
Children's books.
Yeah, no, well, what I did there is books that he's read were filled in.
I
So-
started catching where we were going when you said, "Oh yeah, you definitely know about these books."
Yeah, I tried to make that clear to you, Nick, that the books you haven't read but seen had covers but weren't filled. And because you've only seen so many books, they just kept repeating. Because subconscious thoughts. I hope everybody enjoyed those maps and enjoyed that, like, the dream sequence.
Yeah, I was hoping I would get a higher initiative so I could be the first one to attack. As soon as you said holding my I'm like, I want to be the first one that bitch slapped the fuck out of myself.
I'm sorry, I did it to Theo. I had to do it to somebody else. I couldn't be unfair. Not to mention, it's a great thing because it is the monster you see of yourself, killing your friends. So it makes perfect sense.
You never told Tom about that, have you? Or
Uh,
he hasn't seen those parts yet.
I don't think so.
I think I kind of, I'm guessing I kind of get the idea though, of like, I'm guessing either he's caused the deaths of his friends or something else has.
Metarize what we went through, and I'm sure you could have conversations with him to figure this out in character too, as Dominic. But he had the secret where he survived being marooned in ice and walking through a blizzard with his crew, but he's the only one that made it. He had to eat his crewmates to survive.
Alright, okay, jeez.
Yeah. He's a pirate cannibal. And that was why all the... Very literally in this campaign. But, no, that's why all the pirates were like half eaten. That's how he remembers them, because that's what happened.
Okay, yeah, okay.
Did you enjoy that, Nick, by the way? That fight in the room and everything?
Yeah, I was actually trying to, I don't know, like more roleplay play off kid ask me, I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh no, that's perfectly fine.
Immediately start changing the subject when he would start talking about,
I-
how's the dogs doing?
I do love, and this is to all of you guys. Yeah, no, it didn't work at all. But Neo's not the kind who'd slyly get away with that. I do love, and this is to all of you guys, the spread of the puzzle, the combat, and the roleplay today. Like it was great time DMing for you guys.
Yeah, I enjoyed as a character, like, trying to get to know the other characters, because it's like, it's almost everyone's trying to not reveal too much about themselves,
Yep.
but at the same time, they're like, oh, that person, I need to know more.
Exactly.
So it's like, I'll give you this bit of information.
Well, you
Give me
constantly
yours.
want to know more about your teammates, so it's tit for tat.
Yeah.
It's almost like a bartering.
And
As
then
No one's
no
asked.
one. Oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was about to say no one ever mentioned how I look different in that world than in the normal world. I
In the
had
beginning
more.
we did. In the beginning we did.
Well, they asked if
And
you.
your form.
Oh, and then I said everything's fine, and just went and did my own little thing.
But to follow up on the everyone has their own secrets. No one's really
they just
really open book.
they just assume you have secrets.
Right? Like, no, I live with my mom or my stepmom and my dad in an inn or in a general goods store, and I decided I wanted to see the world, so I set out on an adventure. That's my background. There's nothing secretive about it.
Oh, the biggest thing in his background was he cared for an owlbear and then butchered the people who butchered the owlbear.
Wordly.
Yeah, that was a fun fight. Minus the fact that he magically wouldn't die. He just couldn't see me, and I just.
I argue that made it more fun because.
And
Kept
he's a
doing
werebear,
killing close.
and I'm who I want to be.
So,
that's
Nick, would you like me to tell everybody what your railbear does to you?
Oh, people, go ahead.
Uh,
I don't know what it does.
It set his strength to 19 because it wasn't higher. When he's in hybrid form, his speed increases by. It doesn't increase, but he gets 30 climb. As well as the normal speed. He is immune to non-magical bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing that isn't silvered. That's why the imp didn't. That's why the imp couldn't damage it, because the imp actually doesn't do magical damage. It was immune to poison just because of what it was, but the actual piercing, it just couldn't do magical damage. And he gains 2 natural weapons when he's in different forms. Like, he gets a claw attack when in hybrid form, and he gets both a bite and a multi-attack in pure bear form. And the shape change allows him to become either a large hybrid or a large bear, and then back to his form.
Nice.
As an action, though. And he just gains the keen smelling feature from it, so he has advantage with.
Oh, if you fart.
Yeah, he has advantage on perceptions made with nose.
Nice.
So this is where I'm gonna end it. So I hope everybody has a wonderful time, and I'm going to end my stream.